come on in. I am super excited to be coming with you guys live, and I wanted to talk to you all today about what I posted this morning in regards to the FHLB home loan grant. Okay, I don't know if you've been listening to the news or not, but if you are somebody who needs to buy a house and you're trying to figure out what to do because interest rates are extremely high right now, and you're wondering how are you going to be able to purchase a home when the market seems like it's not favorable because all you hear in the news is that interest rates are super high. So I wanted to come on here to tell you guys about the various grants that are available. And I'm not going to go into all of them because honestly, there is a lot of money available for home buyers, not just first-time home buyers, okay? And I want you to know something right away, right off the bat. When it comes to purchasing a home, a first-time home buyer is someone who has not owned a house in the last 3 years, okay? So I know a lot of times you hear that loans and programs are for first-time home buyers, and you think that these programs are only going to be for someone purchasing a house for the very first time, which they are. But if you're someone that had owned a home in the past and you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you qualify as a first-time home buyer. That is number one, guys, okay? So then number two that I want you to know, if you need to buy a house and you're trying to navigate this market, I am not going to sugarcoat it. This is not an easy market to be in the real estate industry. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Okay, sorry. So this is not an easy market to be buying a house right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But here are the good things, okay? The only bad thing about today's market is that interest rates are higher than what they were in 2019, 2018, 2017, okay? But the difference between 2019, 2020, and even earlier this year, 2022, is that right now the market has been correcting and we are back in the buyer's market, okay? Inventory is still low, but because interest rates are high, that means that there are not a lot of buyers in the market. A lot of people simply can't afford, even with these programs that I'm going to tell you about. But there are a lot of people that have great credit, that have money saved up, or you have great credit and you just don't know about these grant programs that I'm about to tell you about that you could qualify for. And with this being a buyer's market, guys, this means that you can purchase a home with no money down. Right? We're back to that market again. And I want you to understand how to do this in what's the word that I'm looking for? I want you to buy in a having knowledge, right? Because in this market, you have to have knowledge because there are tons of people online trying to sell a bunch of stuff that you just don't need. So I am making this video for all of my home buyers, whether you are first-time home buyers or you are somebody that's in the market to buy again. I'm making this video for you so that you are an informed buyer. That's the word that I'm looking for. I want you guys to be informed buyers because this market is you're going to need to know some things. You cannot just be blind, right? And even if you hired me as your realtor, I want you to know some things because your finances is very important. Got it? Good. All right. So let's get to it. So I posted earlier about the FHLB home loan grant, right? This is a home loan grant that the government has set aside up to $22,000 per household, okay? You heard me correctly, $22,000 per household. But You cannot apply for this grant. Your lender has to apply for you. All right. So that's where it's going to be important that you work with the lender that is approved to give out the FHLB home loan grant. Got it? And I will post the link to the website so that you can get all the information. I mean, I printed out some key points about this program here. The one thing you want to know is that you have to be within 80% or less of the income, median income of the area that you want to purchase. And you can purchase new construction or resale, right? It's going to have to be your primary residence, okay? There is a part for investors that are looking to purchase properties that they're going to have rental income from, but 20% of the tenants have to be below 50% of the median income level and have to live there. So you would have to rent to people that are 50% below the income level. That's 20%. We're not going to get on that because I don't work that much with investors. I'm pretty much just with regular home buyers. So I just want to speak to you guys, the regular home buyer out here. Because if you're going to be someone that's buying an investment property, this would be something like, you know, a fourplex or more to make it make sense, right? So, but it's available because I know I got investors that follow me. It's available for you too. Knowledge is power in this market. Just because the interest rate is high doesn't mean that it's not a good time to buy. You just need to be informed. All right. So I know some of you guys are thinking, well, what if I make more than 80% than the median income price? Okay, guys, we live in a very high income level. You know, I'm not saying, because I know I got a lot of people on that follow me that are making 100,000 plus. Again, always ask your lender what you qualify for, okay? I spoke to one of my lenders this morning, and she said for the most part, every person that she's worked with, their bank is at least able to get them at least 7,500, right? So even if you don't qualify for the full 22,000, you may qualify for a portion of this grant. And remember the importance of it being a grant. This is a forgivable loan. So what happens over the course of your loan, right? Every year you are in the home, 20% of the money that you are given will be forgiven. All right. So that's 20% will be paid off. So let's just say hypothetically, to get the numbers going, I'm just going to go with the 22,000 that's allotted, but your lender is going to tell you precisely how much you qualify for. Okay, guys, over the course of your loan, every year, 20% is forgiven. So if you stay in that house for at least 5 years and we're using 22,000, that whole 22,000 will be forgiven. So you just got $22,000 to buy your house that you didn't have to pay back. So this is going to be a home that you're going to make, you know, your main occupancy for at least 5 or more years, so that this makes sense. Because if you move out before the total loan has been forgiven, you will have to pay back the portion that is left. All right. I hope you guys got that now. And I'm going to post the link to the FHLB website so you get to know more about that. So that is one grant program that can get you up to $22,000. Let's just say you're on the higher income level and you only qualify for $7,500. Guess what? We are in a buyer's market. Sellers are going to have to give you closing help for you to buy their home because more houses are sitting on the market. More houses are dropping prices. Guys, I see it every day on the MLS when I'm searching for my clients. If you were to go on realtor.com or Zillow.com, pick a house and watch. You're going to see, pick an area and watch. You're going to see how home prices are dropping. And that is a nightmare for sellers, okay? So the sellers that need to sell, they are going to give you closing help to get their home sold versus dropping the price. It balances out, but what happens is instead of sitting on the market and waiting for a buyer that can purchase their home without closing help, it makes economical sense for the seller to give you up to 3%. Right? And let's just say we're buying a $450,000 home. 3% is like, my math is horrible, y'all. But let's just say you're going to be getting like $10,000 towards closing help. Okay. This is how you come to the table with zero money down, right? You find out what grant programs you qualify for. And just so you know, the FHLB, you're able to use it for closing costs or down payment, right? Let's just say typically my clients, they're using it for down payment. I'm going to negotiate closing cost help from the seller for them. It makes sense for the seller to give you closing help versus dropping the market value of their house another $10,000, $15,000 to hopefully get it sold. Meanwhile, they're going to have to pay another month in mortgage. You follow? This is why the sellers give closing help when we have a buyer's market. All right. So that's my job, to negotiate to get you the money so that you come to the table with little to no money down if that is the goal. Okay. Also, if you want to, there are other grant programs and some of the lenders that I work with that will help you buy down your points. They will help you bring down your rate. I'm not every loan. I don't know all of the specifications of them. Your lender will be able to tell you, but with some of that extra money that you have, you will be able to do things like pay down your loan. You will be able to do things like pay down credit card debt so that lowers your debt to income ratio. You will be able to do things like, pay for your HOA fees in advance. So that's less money that's going to come out of the pocket monthly, guys. These are all of the great things that are going on in a buyer's market if you have to buy today. The biggest takeaway from this video, I know everybody wants to know about this $22,000, so I will drop the link to the FHLB grant in the comments below. But the biggest takeaway is that we are in a buyer's market, number one. Number two, sellers are giving closing help. Number three, you want to ask your lender what grants you qualify for. All right. I have done my research to find lenders that are approved for most of the grants, FHLB, there's MMP, that's a home loan grant program in Maryland. We have the USDA loan, that is a grant program throughout the country. And you have to be purchasing in certain areas. So this is something that we will talk about when we do our buyer's consultation. But don't think, especially with the USDA loan, a lot of people think that they have to move out in the sticks. But let's just say you're purchasing like in Maryland, the PG County area. There are a lot of zip codes in Upper Marlboro, where else? Clinton, Waldorf is like Charles County, but you get what I'm saying. There are a lot of areas that are really close to DC that qualify for the USDA loan. Okay. Everything is about your lender being educated. Most lenders are. I know all the lenders that I work with are. And they're going to be able to plug you in with the best grant that works for you. Got it? So there's money on the table, right? Now, you as a buyer, you as someone that is claiming that you're going to be a homeowner in 2023 or beyond, what you need to be doing is getting your credit score as high as you possibly can. All right. I'm seeing a lot of videos on TikToks, a lot of Instagram and stuff on Facebook where people are telling you can buy a house with a 580 credit score. You can buy a house, we can get you in a home. You don't want to do that. The lower your credit score, the higher your interest rate. And in a market where the interest rates are already high, right? You want to be again, we are going to be informed buyers. Got it? So your job is to get your interest rate get your credit score as high as you possibly can. And before you go and pay a credit repair person, listen to me closely, okay? Before you go pay a credit repair person, I want you to reach out to me. If you don't know any lenders that you can work with, I can plug you in with the lender that is you're going to go through their application process. They're going to tell you exactly where you stand today. On top of that, they're going to tell you exactly what needs to be paid off in order for you to qualify for their loan. This is very important because a lot of people go through the steps of repairing their credit without ever speaking to a lender. And what you need to understand is that lenders have a specification on how they qualify people. And right now, those requirements are even more strict. So you're going to save money. You're going to save time by speaking to a lender first and letting the lender tell you if you are pre-approved, because I've seen that happen a lot. That even happened to me when I was purchasing my home. I thought I wasn't going to be able to qualify. They ran my credit and they told me, oh, you are pre-approved. And I was like, what? So you could be surprised like that. I've had that happen to plenty of my clients as well. Or they're going to tell you exactly how much to pay off on each credit card. They're going to tell you exactly what needs to come off, right? Because a lot of times people are worried about medical bills and they're only accounting like 3%. They don't even account the total amount of the medical bills. They only account 10% of your student loans, okay? That some people didn't know that. I hope you do now. Only 10% of your student loans go towards your debt to income ratio, all right? So you ain't got to be like, oh, I got student loans, I got to pay them all off. No. 10%, you must be in good standing and you must be actively making a payment, right? And I'll probably do a whole other video on the student loan situation, but I know a lot of us are like in a deferment plan right now because there's been student loans forgiveness, but don't let that keep you from meeting with the lender because, like I said, they only account for 10% of your student loans towards your total debt to income. All right. This is why I want you to speak with the lender before you go out here and purchase some credit repair program, because you could take that money to pay off what the lender is telling you need to pay off. And so that you save money and you get your credit score high, okay? Because we want to be informed buyers in this market. You don't want to buy a house with horrible credit score just because someone is telling you that you can, because you're going to pay for it. The interest rates are already high. So our goal is to get our credit score as close to 700 as possible. 640 is good, but if you can go 700 or above, that's going to put you in a better position. Got it? All right, guys, I don't want to give you too much because then it'll be too much for you to remember. But if you are somebody that is thinking about buying a house in 2023, stay close, watch my videos, and don't be stingy. Share these videos because you don't know who you know that needs to buy or sell a home. And this might just be the video to help them, because I want to make sure that my people are informed buyers, number one, and number two, y'all don't be out here buying all these crazy things I see people promoting online. It's not that complicated, okay? I just told you, $22,000 with one home loan grant. We got the USO. The other thing about the FHLB, I got to remind you about that. That one is first come, first serve. The government sets aside a certain amount of money every year to give to home buyers. And in per household, for 2022, it was $22,000. But that is per person. So first come, first serve. So if the funds are no longer available, your lender will tell you that. But still, the money is out here, and that's just one home loan grant. There are tons of them depending on where you're buying in the DMV. The best area with the most grant and loans and down payment assistance programs is DC. DC gives a lot of money to people that are purchasing within the city. But like I said, we have tons of area that is coverage under the USDA grant, which is a no down payment. For all of my veterans, you already got your VA loan. That's a no down payment loan. Guys, You're going to be an informed buyer. You're going to get your credit score up high. It's a buyer's market. This is the market, again, where buyers are coming to the table with 0 to no money down. Got it? Hope this helps. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.